Hey guys, here we go into a quick review on Lomachenko versus Lopez and Lopez's dominating performance against Lomachenko, and we're going to talk a little bit about why. If you want full review or my full breakdown, you have to check out my Patreon. My video is already taken down from copyright, so we're going to make this kind of quick. So Lopez comes out and immediately starts pressuring Lomachenko, feinting him, and pushing him off of his line onto the back foot and setting up the body shot. Now, when you feint and push your opponent to the back foot, they're moving their head to the back line, which brings their arms with them, changes their position, and that means that the closest target to you now is the body instead of the head, as the head is moving farther away and the body doesn't go with them, right? So the body shot opens up as you feint and probe and push your opponent to the back half of their line. This is a huge idea for the flow of this entire fight, as Lomachenko wasn't really looking to fight Lopez on the line at all. He was actually looking to pivot and get around him, around the side after baiting attacks like this, and get around this side instead of being pushed off his line defensively. Now, Lomachenko looking to do the same thing, pivoting and slipping and trying to get to the front foot and trying to draw an attack so that he can get, again, around the side of Teofimo Lopez. However, I want to draw a comparison between Lomachenko being on the front foot here and Teofimo Lopez being on the back foot. As we saw in the last clip, when Lomachenko was feinted and pushed off of his line just a little bit, it opened up the body shot for Teofimo Lopez. Now, in this very scene, we have Lomachenko slipping to the front foot and not landing a body shot. And he's also not feinting and not probing and not looking to control this position, demonstrating that he doesn't really want to fight Teofimo Lopez here. He just wants to bait attacks into him so he can get around his guard. He's trying to look and figure out his timing, but not really looking to fight him in that position. And as we see here, again, getting pushed off of his line and Teofimo Lopez defending that position, not allowing Lomachenko to get any offense from that front foot position, but also Lomachenko not looking to set up body shots and attack the closest part of Teofimo Lopez's line. Now, as this type of stuff continues to happen, Teofimo Lopez continued to find opportunities to attack the body. All opportunities that were present for Lomachenko, but because Lomachenko was afraid of that right uppercut coming from Lopez's right side, as Lomachenko gets on the front foot, he was very reluctant to fight him on the front foot or fight him on the line at all. As we can see in this clip here, Lomachenko preferring to try to find the timing for this angle, just not realizing that Teofimo Lopez was going to be as fast and able to meet and change positions and control him with his left arm, all at the same pace and rhythm as Lomachenko was able to. Something that most fighters have not been able to do. Now, Lomachenko, however, did not give up on this strategy for 8 rounds, and it wasn't until actually around the 10th round that we started to see glimpses of Lomachenko actually feinting and probing and committing to draw attacks from Lopez, using the left hand as he crosses the line and gets to the front foot from this position to feint and probe and control and draw attacks from Lopez so that he can more easily counter him, right? Getting him on the front foot and then feinting him to stress his technique and take advantage of the younger, less, and I don't want to say, I'm not saying this with disrespect, but Lomachenko's ability to change positions is so much greater than Teofimo Lopez, and that's why when Lomachenko got going, he was able to land so many successive punches. His ability to change positions is just so much better. His technique on average is better, in spite of the fact that Teofimo Lopez has an excellent 1 and 2 weight transition arsenal, right? He goes through his first 2 weight transitions near flawlessly, but then gets a little bit tangled up. And Lomachenko's finally starting to be able to take advantage of that later on in the fight as he starts to commit to fighting Teofimo Lopez on the line, realizing that getting around his guard was not going to work with him, as Teofimo Lopez was too good at keeping up with him. Again, finally finding a way to draw attacks in and make attacks on him as Teofimo Lopez looks to control the space. Notice this position here. Very similar. Notice he draws the attack and then makes the attack over, whereas scenes earlier in the fight, he would get to this position and he wouldn't be feinting or probing, and he would immediately get controlled and not get any offense here, or getting any offense in these positions here, where he gets front foot and gets pushed off of his line here, not countering Teofimo Lopez. So not finding any opportunities to set up offense off of Teofimo Lopez's attacks or advances until much later in the fight. And scenes like this, controlling the space, and again, drawing that control from Teofimo Lopez, getting that lead foot dominance, and finally finding opportunities to take advantage of Teofimo Lopez being pushed to the back half of his line, right? Which opens up the body shot for Loma. Again, I think Lomachenko spent too much time worrying about the right hand and not enough time controlling the line early in the fight and developing and slowly working into a position in which he can make moves like this actually pay off, right? But he tried to make it, he tried to skip fighting on the line. He tried to skip actually making Teofimo work. And Teofimo Lopez had complete control of the line all night and complete control of Lomachenko all the way up until about the 8th round, I believe, as I had Lomachenko losing every single round up to the 8th round. It was just a dominating performance, a lapse of judgment on Lomachenko's part, a dominating performance from Lopez. And I'm really excited to see where both of them go from here. I don't know what Lomachenko wants to do after this. Lopez probably is going to move up in weight. I think that this was a little bit of a stretch for him, and it's going to be a good thing for him to be moving up in weight. And I can't wait to see what Lomachenko does. Who does he fight next? Is he going to fight all those people that said he's been ducking, right? Maybe he'll have like a George Foreman night where he'll fight Devin Haney, Tank Davis, and Ryan Garcia all in the same night. All right. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And we're going to be doing extensive film study and extensive drills, new and unique drills for coordination, rhythm, and timing on Patreon. So if you're an aspiring and up-and-coming fighter, we have fighters and people who want to train people and trainers of all varying degrees and all varying backgrounds and all varying levels. Some really high-level guys, a lot of really low and beginner guys just learning their line, just learning how to transition their weight, just learning to cross the line, just learning to change positions, and just learning their own boxing theory. Anyway, if you're interested and you want to check it out, and you want to learn more about these ideas, and you want to learn more about this fight, and more about some of the things that Lomachenko could have done to take advantage of some of the lack of technique in Teofimo Lopez, as I demonstrate on Patreon as well, come check it out. It's a lot of fun. All right. Thanks, guys.